watch
How?
this?
How?
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 Ew,
How do you watch this?
Dude, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Hi, you're listening to How Do You Watch This, a movie review podcast where each week we recommend a movie in the genre we love, but they don't. My name is Demi and I love horror.
My name is Megan and I love romance.
And this week I had Megan watch the movie Late Night with the Devil.
Yes. And so last week we didn't post an episode because I was like, I can't do horror this week. I need a little break.
Yeah.
Spooky season. I've been spooked out. And I'm really glad we waited because I texted Demi and I was like, how scary is it? And she's like, not scary at all. You're going to love it. And it's not very scary. And I was just like, great. I can't wait. This is going to be like a fun watch. And I'm watching it. And the more shit happens, the more I was like,
I think for me it didn't feel as scary because of the way it's filmed.
Yeah.
It felt very like old school.
Yeah.
It's creepy. It's definitely creepy.
It's creepy. It's creepy. It creeped me out for
Yeah.
sure.
It creeped me out, and I don't like watching movies, like horror movies in theaters because I'm a chicken. And we went to see this one, and I went with Brett and my brother-in-law, and Dave got us seats close to the front, and I'm like, I do not want to be this close to the devil. And there were some scenes that like really creeped me out, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm a little scared.
Yes.
It's dark in here.
Yes. Yes. There was a lot where I was just like, and I thought to myself when I first started it, I was like, I'm going to start it. And like, if it's halfway and I'm feeling a little scared, I'll just pause it and I'll finish it tomorrow. And that's like the way to break it up. And I was like, I literally can't go to bed not knowing what happens because my imagination will fill in the gaps so much worse.
Yeah.
So I forced myself to finish it.
It's short.
The movie. Yeah, it's not bad. It's an hour and 33 minutes. So I was pleasantly surprised when I saw 93 minutes on the thing. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love a good shorty.
Yeah, I feel like it moves quick. Like it's a quick movie. I don't know.
It feels very quick movie. Travis watched half of it from the staircase because he did that thing he does where he starts to like, oh, I don't want to watch a scary movie. I don't like being scared. And then he starts going upstairs and he gets distracted by what's happening. But he did, I think it was after my deleted scene that he left.
Okay.
So the year release, the thread. So poor Demi doesn't get to know the thread until right now. The thread is TV show trying to salvage bad ratings.
I'm like trying to think of the romance.
Yeah. I woke up this morning at 4:30 in the morning and this is what came to me. I was like, if I can't sleep, I might as well pick a movie. And so
that's funny. TV shows trying to save.
Yeah. A bad rating. Okay. Yep. Just you wait.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna hate it. You're like really not gonna like this movie. Okay.
Have I seen it? Or you think have I seen it?
I don't know. I'll just tell you now. It's The Ugly Truth.
Is that with Gerard Butler?
Yes.
I know exactly. When you said trying to save TV ratings, I'm like, I feel like that one Gerard Butler movie
with Katherine Heigl.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I have seen it.
Okay. Did you like it?
A long time ago. I don't remember. Okay. I like Gerard Butler. That's why I watched it.
I watched it because there was Katherine Heigl for a period was the queen of rom-coms.
27 Dresses.
Yeah.
That was my fave.
I was on a little spree with her, and that was one movie that I watched. We'll talk about it later. It's fine.
Yeah, we're jumping the gun.
We're switching segments
so quick. Yeah, fuck this movie.
Okay. Just, you know what? We did all of our talking already. Well, let's just end the episode. 5 minutes in.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
So the movie is 2023. Rated R, supernatural horror, and I'm assuming they're brothers, Cameron and Colin Cairns.
Yes, they are.
Okay, are the directors. Okay, so Late Night with the Devil. So it starts and it kind of gives you this idea that you're watching this documentary. Well, first of all, actually, let's roll it back how it actually starts,
please,
because watching this and every single title sequence that starts, Travis is like, is this the movie? Is this the movie? Is this? There were like 40 freaking
because what is it like producers
companies
that helped
I don't know. I
with
didn't
this
know it was
movie.
possible to have this many people helping with a
Dude,
film.
we, like, laughed in the theater because I
Yeah.
was looking, I'm like, "Is this part of the movie?" Like,
Yes.
"What is happening here?" And then it, like, wasn't. I'm like, "That was serious? Why was
Yes.
there so many?"
Dude, it, like, the second or third one the second one that, like, popped up was, like, this fun cartoon, and Trevor was like, "Is this the movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And I tried to convince him, and he's like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." And then by the time the actual movie started, I was like, "Is this another like, is this another, like, thing?"
Right, right.
It was incredible. Probably a good, like, legitimately probably 4 minutes or so
It was
of
a lot, it was a lot.
it was a lot. It's a lot. So, not a great not a I mean, listen, I get giving everyone their, like, you know,
Yeah, it's
but
like
should have at least come on. So, you're watching this video that's giving the idea that you're watching a documentary about something from the '70s. So, in 1971, Owls, the show, is brought onto air, and it's basically being shown as, like, a rival to Johnny Carson, right?
yeah,
Johnny Carson. And, it gives a background of the lead guy, like the
the host.
host. Yeah, thank you. That's the word, the host, and tells us a little bit about him. And the really cool thing about this is everything, all of the footage is like looks like it's from the '70s. Like it's that grainier quality. I loved that. That was a really good touch. And that's where last time we recorded, you mentioned it had a found footage quality to it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's really cool, because yeah, it'll have, like, even the aspect ratio, and then it'll
Yeah.
extend and go, like, black and white when it's, like, behind the scenes, you know,
Behind
like,
the
it's not on the
scenes.
show, it's, like it's
Yes.
really cool how they
Yeah.
did that.
I really like that. So we learned that the host hold on, let me scroll down. What's his name?
It is yes,
Jack?
yes,
Jack what? What's his last name?
Delroy.
Okay. So Jack Delroy is the host, and it kind of goes into this thing that reminded me a little bit of like, stories you hear growing up of like the presidents and like different like inner cults and like these men
Yeah,
who, get together and they do these rituals and,
mhm,
you kind of call the Grove, and it's sort of like, oh, this is how this like brotherhood is brought up, and they're so tight, it's like a fraternity sort of a thing. And to me it just read very much like we all have money and we get wasted in the forest and
yeah,
do weird shit together and then get each other jobs. And then we find out that, like, as he is doing the show, he, keeps getting really close to Johnny Carson, but he cannot beat his ratings. And even, he finds out that his wife has terminal cancer, which was a surprise to them because it was lung cancer and she never smoked. And even on the footage of her and him talking, he cannot beat Carson. So it's kind of like his Everest, so to speak. He is
yeah,
desperate. He's desperate to beat Johnny Carson in ratings. So the year is 1977 that we're focused on. That was just like the preludes. The show's been going on for like 6 years or so. And now it's Halloween night, 1977. And we have the footage of what actually happened on this night. And they're going to show it to us. And so what we watch coming up is a switch back and forth between the live footage that gets sent out to people's homes and then the behind the scenes footage that was recorded in the studio. So when it's in color, it's like that was what was on the screen for viewers, and then when it's in black and white, that's like the behind the scenes stuff. So there's rumors that it's going to be like a really big show. They really want to up their ratings. It's like that week, this like big week for the show, and
yeah,
it does give like very late night TV. There's the co-host who's like kind of
yeah,
amping up the
main
people.
host and the
Mhm.
music ensemble and
Yes. Yeah, it reads very much, and I was curious, I was like, I kind of wanna watch, like, some old '70s late night shows just to see how it compares because, like, of
yeah,
course, the jokes aren't gonna be as good as they are, like, today because 'cause they're, like
right.
they're old.
Yeah, it's exactly, and, like, the ratings thing you're talking about is called Sweeps Week, which was a thing in the 70s, I guess. I don't really know what it was, but
Yeah.
it happened on Monday night, so the directors actually chose 1977 because that was the only year where Halloween fell on a Monday.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what that is.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, sorry. I wrote in the note. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I don't know why I always have to like preface it by like, oh, that was funny. I'll tell you later. Okay. So the first guest on the show that night is a man named Chris Stew. And Chris Stew has this like Mediterranean, Middle Eastern sort of accent,
Mhm.
something definitely exotic. And he comes on stage. He doesn't have a last name, and he's a medium. So he starts calling out names, and like it's not, it's reading very much like a medium who is kind of like,
Yeah, like that classic trick, like, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm hearing Peter,
yeah,
Peter," and, like, different names until someone's like, "Oh, this?" And it's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's
yeah.
exactly what
That's
I
exactly
heard."
it. That was it. That was it. 100%. That was it.
Yeah.
And so he like, he's like fumbling a little bit, and then he ends up getting the name Edmund, and he basically talks to these women, this mother and daughter whose family member, Edmund, the son and brother, had died by suicide, and they didn't understand, and he's giving them comfort and whatever. And I literally am like crying. Like this is ridiculous. So, it's like this emotional moment, and then all of a sudden, Christo's eyes start to like go in the back of his head, and he starts screaming. He's like in horrible pain. He's yelling out Minnie, Minnie, and his accent goes away completely. And he's screaming out Minnie and saying there's a man who wears a wedding ring who isn't married, and it's just so violent, and then all of a sudden it goes away. And he is clearly not feeling well at this point, and they they the lights go out, they go, we get one of those really horrible AI shots, and I was like, at first it didn't register to me because I wasn't paying attention to them, and then
Yeah.
as I'm watching them more and more, I was like, these would have been so easy and not expensive for
Yes.
them to get someone to do. I could have done some of them in half an hour.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I think it was, like, 30 days they spent filming this, and I'm like, I don't know if it was a time thing or last minute, but, like,
Maybe.
it just don't like it.
No.
Not a
No.
fan, and it's like, yeah, you could have easily had an artist, so I don't know what
Yeah.
happened there, but
Yeah.
not cool.
Not cool at all. Not cool at all. Anyway, so there's like this skeleton dude in the audience, and he's really creepy looking, and I was so sure that there's something going on with him.
Yeah, they showed him, like, a few times, and it's like, no, I mean, I don't know, it
Yeah.
could have been the double watching,
It could have been. He was
something
real
like
creepy
that.
looking. He was
Yeah.
real creepy looking, and you couldn't see any smiles or whatever from him because of his mask. So I was just like, I don't like this dude.
No, it was, like, real quiet, like, he wasn't, like
Yeah.
I didn't like him.
So Christu is very unwell, but he is convinced to stay on so that, basically Jack is trying to create controversy because he wants to up the ratings. And part of that is that he's going to have this man named Haig on. He is a former magician, and very much like Houdini, I feel like that has to be the inspiration for this character,
There
even though he
was
was
someone he was inspired by, actually. It wasn't Houdini, but there
okay.
was a magician who ended up, is this it? No.
Because Houdini was really big, and he was very anti-paranormal and used to do that
Right.
shit.
Yeah, so this character named Carmichael, so he is based on someone named James Randi, and Randi
Mm,
was a magician who became a famous psychic debunker, and he started
mm.
an institute that offered a reward to people who could reproduce,
Interesting.
like, in the
That's really
movie.
interesting.
And so nobody was able to win the money after
Yeah,
decades of offering
wow.
it.
Interesting. So he became popular for doing this group hypnosis routine, and the group is called IFSIP. And I was like, I couldn't even write down the real international something, something, something.
Yeah.
So he sorry, I wrote like initials. Okay, Christu is what I meant. So he is basically what what Jack is going for here is to create controversy where he's going to come up against Christou and offer the money, this financial reward, if he can prove that it's true or not true. So he starts riling up Christou, and Christou ends up like throwing his water on Haig, and it's very dramatic. Then we find out that Jack believes the last reading was actually for him. So Haig is kind of like trying to debunk everything that Christou said. And I'm calling him Haig because I was like faster to type, but you are right that Carmichael and Carr is what he keeps getting called by Jack. So basically, he's trying to debunk it. He's finding ways that everything could possibly be like, yeah, exactly. And then Jack is like, I actually think that last reading was for me. Minnie is a secret nickname I had for my wife. And he's like, and I'm a man who wears a ring and, isn't actually married right now. And then Christou falls over and spews black vomit all over Carmichael. And that's my deleted scene.
It's pretty gross, yeah.
Yeah. I was like debated back and forth, like, which could be my deleted scene because there's a lot of shit that happens. And then I was like, this one, because the idea of that happening is so horrible. And I was so not expecting it.
Yeah.
There was this like, I was like, there's something wrong with him and something's going to happen to him. And I thought like his head might like explode or something.
Okay, yeah.
But I didn't visualize him spewing what is probably blood or something, some sort of nasty.
I don't know what
that was.
Yeah.
So the show must go on. They
the commercial
cut to commercial. Like, God, could you imagine if I had watched that happen? For sure, I would be like, bye, we're done.
I don't know. I would have been like, all right.
Would you?
What else is going on here?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. So we can hear like sirens wailing in the distance. So, things are not going well with Christou in the background. We learn that coming up is going to be a woman, Dr. June, and she has recently written a book called Conversations with the Devil, and she's going to bring her subject with her on the show. So we watch this clip that kind of gives background information on what her story tells. And there's this cult of Abraxas, and they do gross things like slit their hands, and the way they all grabbed each other's hands, I was like,
I didn't like that.
Disgusting. So they would do sacrifices. So they would raise these kids up knowing they would be sacrificed in the name of this demonic being. And so we learn that a 10-year-old was recovered after things went down in the cult and they, did a Jonestown sort of shit.
Yeah.
And the girl gets possessed, and the girl and the doctor are going to come on the show. So they do. And the girl's name is Lily, and she's a real weirdo, and she keeps staring at the camera. And I was like,
so creepy, dude.
John.
She was like cracking me up though, because she's just like always looking for the camera, just staring at it.
She was just
like, girl, stop creeping me out.
Like, I hated that. I was like, oh my God, stop looking at me. That's not okay.
Yeah.
So she's 13. So it's been like 3 years that she's been out of the cult. And the doctor does not think that the interview is a good idea. She's like, we should not go. Come on. She's telling Jack. She's like, I don't think this is going to be good. And he's like, we have to do this. We have to do this, whatever.
Yeah. My ratings.
Right. And clearly he and her have a thing going on. Like they're standing really close together. Yeah. And then we learned Christou.
Yeah. It just it was like he just kept leaking. Like it just
Yes.
like, oh my God.
He internally hemorrhaged, which is like,
yeah.
Hey,
not cool. I don't like that.
Not a fan. Believe it or not. Don't recommend internally hemorrhaging. So
I felt bad for him, poor guy.
I did too. You know what? Maybe he was a fraud. We do learn that like his assistant was kind of like feeling out the crowd a little bit. Maybe it wasn't real. Maybe it was real. I don't know. But
still Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
deserve it.
fucked up.
Yeah, didn't deserve it. So we learn that Lily calls the demon in her head Mr. Wriggles because he wriggles his way in. Then there's like crazy stuff is happening. Like electrical work is going whatever,
Mhm.
glass is shattering. The claim is that Mr. Wriggles is doing it. And, whatever. Haig is having a heyday. He's like, this is fake. Okay, dude. I'm like, I'm just waiting for you to die. Fucking, I know you're going out. So they want to do basically they want to have the demon come on the show. They want Mr. Wriggles on the show, and the doctor is like, no, this is a horrible idea. And they're like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And like, she clearly is not very strong willed. And I get it. It's hard when you have peer pressure. But girl, you're dealing with a demon.
Yeah, you wrote a book
And
about it, like
yes. And you know it's a demon, and you're confident it's a demon,
mhm.
and the girl's acting sporadic and weird, and you're like, this is weird. And she's like calling Jack by name like she knew him.
Yeah, lots of creepy things. Lily's doing
Yeah.
creepy stuff already, and it's like,
Mm, yeah. But June gets convinced, and so they do a demonstration. The girl, Lily, starts convulsing. Her face literally rips. She talks to Jack and says, we met amongst the tall trees. And then her face goes like full demonic. And honestly, I was legitimately scared at this point. This was like terrifying, dude. It was really creepy. She levitates, and then like they freaking like the doctor had to slap her in the face to wake her up, like this poor little girl. And
mm,
anyway, Jack is like, I need to get you guys back on the show. So they keep doing these like little red herrings in the show where they like show this like dagger that was used in the sacrifices, where I keep thinking like the way he's handling, he's gonna get stabbed, he's gonna get stabbed, he's gonna get stabbed, and he doesn't
yeah.
get stabbed by it. So June is talking about how her and Lily are family, and Lily does not seem like she feels the same way. I'm like, this is uncomfortable. And Haig is like, I can prove that everything that just happened is fiction. And I was like, fucking go off. And then he forces Gus to be the volunteer. Poor Gus is the
Poor guy.
co-host guy. And I was just like, let this man go home. I really wanted him to go home. That would have really made me feel better, because this poor man was like, everything's a red flag.
Yeah, because this whole time he was like, this is bad news, like, I don't like what's going on, all this
Yeah.
stuff, and
And
Jack's
no one
just like,
listens.
"Shut
No.
up."
Jack only cares about the ratings. So then Haig starts hypnotizing him, and I refused to watch it.
No.
I was like, I'm not watching this. No. I watched the hypnosis. I wouldn't watch the little spiral because I didn't want to get hypnotized. It's like,
How are you gonna
stop.
see what happened if
I
you weren't
know. I didn't. I
hypnotized?
saw nothing. Everything that happened after that, I didn't see. So we see basically they're having a conversation, and Gus's neck starts bleeding, and he pulls a worm from it, and then his stomach rips open, and Lily is like laughing because she's a psycho. And
Yeah,
yeah. And then Carr, aka Haig, is trying to stop it. And he's like, this wasn't supposed to happen. And then this like gigantic penis looking creature just bursts free from
I
the eye. And then Carr wakes him up, and he's just like, that wasn't real. And we watch it back, and we see that poor Gus was manipulated. And so were all the viewers to believe that they saw everything that they saw, but it didn't actually happen. So I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Maybe it wasn't real what Lily did.
Mhm.
And then they're like, we have to watch back. Fine, you wanna claim it's not real? We're gonna watch back the footage of Lily. And they go back a little bit, and they see Minnie behind him. And so they see, just like trying to remember exactly how this all happened, but like basically they go back frame by frame, and Jack sees Minnie standing behind him, and Haig is trying to make it all make sense. And Lily goes electric. The lights go out. She's essentially an electrical storm.
Yeah, it's like weird how it like just triggered and
Yes. It just suddenly triggers, and then she kills Gus, and June gets strangled by the cross around her neck, and Haig is like, you get the money now. And she like burns him alive. It's wild, and then we get, like, a very trippy scene that happens next, where basically the show kind of restarts, and Jack is disoriented, and we have a real camera now. It's no longer from that viewpoint of, like, the '70s view, it's coming at you from, like, a high quality lens, and we have scary music, and it's playing back scenes that we saw at the very beginning of the movie, like little clips of night owls over the years, but it's current him. It's him with all the knowledge he has and not him from back then. And he's kind of like trying to escape. It's almost like he's in this like hell loop sort of a
Yeah.
situation. And he ends up seeing Minnie, his wife, in bed, and she's sick. And we learn that essentially what happened at the Grove, whatever agreements he made to become famous, to give up, he had to give up the most important thing to himself, and he didn't realize that that would be Minnie. So the reason she died is because of things that he said in the forest, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You have to kill me, like, I'm in so much pain." And so he takes the blade and he, like, goes to kill her, and then he comes to, and he wait. Oh, hold on, I skipped a scene. There's one point where he tells the viewer to turn off the TV before this happens, and
Yeah.
I wanted to. I was like, I would love to right now. If I was watching this alone, I would 100% have turned off the TV. I would not have
Yeah.
kept watching. So he stabs her in the belly, which is the worst place to stab somebody.
Yeah. Just like, oh yeah, make it
Right, make it last as long as possible, like, horrible, and then he kind of, like, comes to, and he sees that he actually killed Lily, and everyone around him is dead, and then he said, "Dreamer here awake," and then at the bottom, it says, "End transmission," and then it flickers, and it goes to so and my screen just flickered, so I'm done.
That's
Goodbye.
creepy. Good night.
I knew I shouldn't have said the demon's name. I knew it. It's in my home. I need to save.
Woo. Yeah.
Hate that, hate that, hate that.
What an
This
end.
is the movie. Oh, and my memorable scene was the, like, worm hypnosis scene.
Was a good one.
That movie was a lot. It it did health anxiety, it did supernatural scaries, it did, again, health anxiety, there was the cancer, there was the vomiting blood,
Vomiting. Yeah.
there's demons,
It's a
a
lot. Yeah.
creepy girl,
Yeah.
creepy child, there's a lot. It got me going, it got me going, it got me good. Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
scarred.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna be really scared because Brett saw it and he
Yeah,
liked it and he didn't seem too
yeah.
phased.
I won't say that I didn't like it. I did like the way it was filmed. I
Yeah.
liked the story. I liked the movie. I wouldn't watch it again, but I did like it.
Yeah.
And my rating will be reflecting a night's rest, a good night's rest, and not my initial response post watching. Actually, two good nights rests. I watched it a couple days ago. It will be reflective of that. So, when we get there, we get there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know Brett was saying that he wished there was more, like the end when he was like kind of tripping out, wished there was more
Yes.
of that where you couldn't tell like what
Yeah.
was real or not. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was like pretty cool, that sequence.
I
But
do too.
I liked how the movie was set up, where it's just like kind of escalates and then,
Yeah.
it just goes on fire at the end and it just really trips out.
Yeah.
I really liked it the way it was done and it just felt like it was just creepy. It was eerie,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I liked it. I thought it was good. There was part of me that was like, "Oh, I wanted more of that end sequence," but then there was part of me
Yeah.
that was like, it didn't need it. It didn't need it.
Yeah.
So,
It was cool for like Jack, especially, like
yeah.
reliving things and then
Yeah.
seeing Minnie and then realizing he stabbed Lily. It's like really
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. So
Because I was like, oh,
crazy.
he's definitely stabbing himself. And it's like,
Right.
nope, he's not.
Right.
It's worse.
Yeah.
And then you hear police sirens and shit. So he's literally standing amongst
Yeah, all these
four
dead
killed people.
bodies. Yeah. And you're kind of like at the end, like, wait, what was the footage that was real at the end? And did he do some murder here? Like,
Yeah,
what? We don't
right.
really know. And those sorts of things that keep you guessing are very interesting. And you're like, gosh,
Yeah.
I want to keep watching. I want to know what happens next. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, if this was a real documentary, I'll be so pissed at them for leaving it
I
here.
know. Where's the
Yeah, I
rest?
wanna know what happens to this man later on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was good. I passed on the main character.
Yeah, that's fair. He seemed a little scummy,
Yeah,
it seemed like he did love his wife, but
yeah.
also, like, why would you make a deal with a demon?
Yeah, he was just a little too
He
try
seemed a
hard
little
with.
s yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't, you don't need all that. Like, you also don't need to beat Johnny Carson. You just need to have high enough ratings to keep going.
Yeah, right, and the actor is, David
I know.
Dastmalchian?
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right,
You
but
have he has quite the last name, so.
he does. Yeah, it's funny because I think this is, like, the one role I've seen him as a lead. Because every time I see his ass, he just pops up randomly as some sort of side character, and I was like, "Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Yeah,
dude."
yeah.
He's a good
He
actor,
had,
like, I
like, a
love him.
familiar face. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in,
Yeah.
like dude, he's in all kinds of shit. What I can think of right now is the new Suicide Squad. He was one of the villains there. He's in Dune. He's in The
Okay.
Dark Knight no, Batman Begins, like, he's just in
Okay.
random shit, but he's a
Okay,
good
yeah.
actor, so,
Yeah.
um, I do think this was his first, like, lead role
Mhm.
maybe? I don't know. I could
Yeah,
be
he
wrong.
did a good job. He
Yeah.
played it well. I didn't wanna bang him, but,
Yeah. No, he's a good actor, I
Yeah.
think he always does a great job with his roles,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I don't sorry.
No.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm good, like, pass, but, good job. Villain, I mean, honestly, like, I don't even know
Mr. Wriggles?
Wriggles? Like, I didn't
Yeah,
even see
no.
this man, and let me
Yeah.
tell you what, he was diabolical. I have
He
0
sounded not
interest.
cool, so
Mm-mm.
not
At one
into
point,
it.
I got the idea that he was the man in the owl mask, and I was like, um,
Not even a hot owl mask.
no, no. Can there be a hot owl mask at me is the real
Maybe.
question. Tell me something? You, like, hide this, like, stuffed thing behind you.
My fursona. He's definitely a hot owl. How dare you?
Course, as I mean, the fact that you would hide that from me of all people is unbelievable.
Ugh,
I said my survival chance is if I was on set, 1, I'm dead.
yeah.
If I'm maybe I would live if I was a viewer.
It seemed like a lot of the viewers survived.
Yeah,
They got out,
yeah,
so
possible, but I just don't have confidence in myself after watching. I just
that's
really
fair.
I mean, I really think honestly, if I was in the audience that day, I probably would have had to go home early because I was feeling sick after seeing Chris do. Yeah, I think I probably would have left at that point. I wouldn't have wanted to stay. Um, However, if I was still there, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't
50-50.
know. 50-50? Yeah. Fair enough. Would I recommend? This is hard. I would recommend it with the caveat that it's scary because I think it's an interesting watch. Like, would I have my mom watch it? No, she would not be able to handle that. However, is it a worthwhile watch for someone else if as long as they're okay being a little spooked? Because for me, this was scary. For me, this was scary. And I'm not saying that it's going to be scary for everyone. It wasn't as scary as Talk to Me. Talk to Me made me,
Yeah,
it
it's,
was
like,
not,
not that type of
no.
scary, but it's definitely, like, eerie. It does a good job
Yeah.
of creeping you out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying scary, but really it's creepy. It's creepy. And I was creeped out and I felt uncomfortable watching it, which I think is like the feeling they often want you to feel when you watch a horror movie. So good job. Good job. You did your job. I am gonna. Do you have more facts for me, or do you want me to tell them my rating, or what?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of facts, so what do I have here?
Yeah, this really
So
will
the
be a short episode.
Yeah, so the ghost of Minnie, you can actually see her multiple times in the movie. I only
Mm,
caught her one time, which was, like, when they had the array of things, Dr. June's stuff.
yeah.
There's, like, a little it's like a seeing glass or something, and you can see the ghost of Minnie in there. So there's, like, a few things. You can see her in Carmichael's pocket watch, in the static of the TV monitor at, like,
Yes,
one
I did
point.
have that written down. I did see the static one.
Okay. When the psychic's talking to the mother and child, she appears near Jack after an audio glitch. So there's, like, a few places you could spot her, but yeah, I only
Yeah.
spotted her that in that, like, a
I can't believe
rave.
you saw it in the, like, reflection of something. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So then okay, I said that one. This is okay. So yeah, so the Cairns brothers, they had 20 days in the studio and one location, and it was basically
God.
a 360-degree set. And then they shot it like a real TV show, so they had 3 cameras running the whole time, which is pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
And there was a temptation to shoot in it all like old vintage 2 cameras,
Yeah.
but with the effects and stuff, they just decided to just shoot it digitally.
That makes sense.
But they kept the cameras running at all times to kind of make it feel like a show.
Yeah.
And then for the set design, they were inspired by a lot of game shows and talk shows from that period, but they were fortunate enough to have a production designer who actually worked on TV shows like in the 70s.
Okay, that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so a lot of like the palettes and everything like felt at that time
Yeah.
because they had someone that like did that, which is pretty
That's
cool.
really cool. I like that they did that.
Yeah, and so traditional folklore states that if a person makes contact or a contract with the devil will claim its payment in 7 years. The documentary footage at the start shows Delroy at the Grove in 1969, and his wife dies in 1976. So, pretty cool
Whoa,
detail
that's
there.
neat. Yeah.
And
Don't
then,
make
yeah,
deals with demons, you guys. That's a horrible
yeah,
choice.
it's never worth it.
No,
Never worth it. Unless,
no.
you're the little girl from The Witch, maybe.
Yeah, I barely remember that movie, thank God. So,
You get to become a witch, and her family was
oh,
dead anyway, and they sucked, so
dude, I forgot about that.
signs the book.
You could remake me watch that, and I would be like, "This is a brand new movie."
I'm sure it would come back to you once you start
I
watching it.
know, I know.
That won't make you do that.
Yeah, thank you. I would prefer not to. I don't think it ranked very high for me.
I don't know. I don't know what it ranked for you.
I don't
Probably not
either.
super high. Not the lowest, but not the
Yeah,
highest.
no, I don't think it was. His movies are interesting. They are
Yeah,
interesting.
that's the right word.
Yeah,
They're interesting.
they are. They are. So the rating I gave it, I sat on it overnight. I was like, at first, I was like, I can't give this.
Mm,
I was like, I can't give it 5 stars. I'm just not happy. I don't feel good.
that's
And then
fair, yeah.
I slept on it and I was like, you know what? It deserves it. So I'm giving it
Okay.
5 stars because it was
Oh,
well made, well
yeah.
written, well done, in general, interesting, kept my attention, and it scared me. And as much as I don't want to rate them high when they scare me, I'm going to.
Wow, I'm
So
surprised you rated it a 5. That's
I
great.
am too. It's, you know what? For the most part, when I've
Mhm.
given something a 5, I'm like, I mean, what did I like? I
You
enjoyment
did.
wise, yeah, I did give.
This is probably the first, like, creepy one you've give in
Yeah,
a 5.
I mean,
But
I've given.
it is interesting, like, when
Yeah,
I first watched it, I was hooked. I was, like, wanted to know what was gonna happen next, and it kept my attention. There's just a lot of cool things about it. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's interesting, it's good. I think whenever something has, like, an artistry to it, I'm likely to rate it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
I will never watch it again.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
but it did, and it was scary, and so I have to give it the 5, I think, because of the scariness. If I was going to rate but, like, if I rated it just based on my heart, it was still gonna get high 4s, um,
Yeah.
because I just think it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a cool movie, and I remember when I first, like, heard things about it, I was like, "That, like, idea, the concept is so cool, and I'm so excited for it," and this was actually filmed in Australia, even though it's based in New York, so
Really? Okay.
Australian, yeah, directors, and then, yeah,
Oh,
it's just like, yeah,
okay.
it's a cool idea, and I love when there's just cool concepts, so
I do too, because I was like part of me was desperate. I was like, "I wanna find something that has a similar concept in a romance," and I'm asking, like, ChatGPT, and I was
yeah,
just like, "Is there anything?" And nothing that I was like, "This." No,
yeah,
nothing really. I mean, and maybe if any humans out there are listening and they know of one, let me
yeah,
know, because I don't. I couldn't find it. The robots and I were not able to. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Next best.
it's cool. Next best is The Ugly Truth, which are you ready for me to go into Ugly Truth a little bit?
I, like, forget so much about it, but I
Yeah.
remember, like, I know I'm not gonna like it again. I
Yeah.
know I liked it.
Yeah.
I like Gerard Butler, but, like, thinking about, like, what I remember, I'm like, I'm going to
Yeah.
dislike this movie.
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna age well at all.
No.
So The Ugly Truth, it has Gerard Butler and Katherine Heigl, as we already said. It is, Katherine Heigl in this movie is a producer of a morning TV show, not a late night, but a morning TV show. And she is not getting the ratings that she wants, that she needs. And the studio head brings on this man who basically causes chaos in a non-deadly way. And
He doesn't make deals with the devil.
he doesn't make a deal with the devil. He's just an asshole. And so they work very closely together, and he changes they change each other's perspective on romance.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I really enjoyed it in kind of like a guilty pleasure way when I first watched it. And
I can see that. Yeah.
And like I remember watching it in college, and like recently, I think I watched it within the past year.
Okay.
And because I was thinking to myself about like, have you watched it? And I was just like, I was just like, it's not gonna age well. There's things in the movie that are just not going to work. However, I'm curious because I'm like,
Maybe I will. I don't know. Like, yeah, in a guilty pleasure sort of way. Maybe.
Yes. Like it's good background noise. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's been a few where I'm like, this isn't gonna age well. And I'm like, I actually still really liked it. So
yeah. I mean, I'm already remembering girls fighting in a Jello pit, so
yeah, I forgot about that. I remember clearly like the end. Like I remember the hot air balloon. Not to spoil.
Oh, that's what comes out.
That's what I remember.
Dude, what I remember is the underwear scene. The underwear scene.
Remember?
You don't, dude. I'm not gonna say anything to you because this is probably gonna be what gives you. You're going to take off. You're gonna take points off for this scene.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's problematic, but
bad. Okay.
Yeah. So
I do not remember. Like I feel like when you say underwear, I'm like, okay, there is a scene, but like I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
So all right.
I'm gonna let you watch it. I'm gonna let you watch it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. Where can I watch it?
Freaking hell, dude. I swear to God.
Please
I literally
update me.
looked it up. Hold on.
Probably nowhere. Tubi maybe for lucky.
Where to watch online? Watch similar movies on Hulu for free, but no. The Ugly Truth is not available for free anywhere. You have to rent it if you're gonna watch it, unless it's on Tubi somewhere. But I think it would be. Do you usually check Just Watch, or is there any other? Where do you usually look?
No, so I just kind of like check on Google.
Yeah, that's what.
But I'm not seeing anything, so
yeah,
sometimes
I
I'll
usually
check,
look
like,
at
on the
Just Watch.
Roku. Yeah, on Roku, I'll search it and like
See
maybe if it's
pops
on
up.
Tubi.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see if it's on Tubi or whatever, but I don't think it is. I think it's a pay for it sort of a situation.
All right. Alrighty.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're
Exciting.
welcome. Yeah.
thank you.
Bringing in November with
Yeah. My gosh.
something. With something.
Something. Yeah, starting off strong.
Yep.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, thanks for listening to How Do You Watch This? You can find us on Instagram at How Do You Watch This, on TikTok at How Do You Watch, on YouTube at How Do You Watch This as well. And you can email us at howdoyouwatchthis@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the show, please support us by giving us a review or following us or recommending to a friend.
Yeah. And we should end it by staring into the camera just like Lily.
Yeah.